Hello, Yums! So, andito na naman po tayo sa ating discussion, sa ating pre-recorded discussion sa ating subject na Philippine Politics and Governance. So, for this week, ang ating MELC ay to analyze the nature, dimensions, or types and consequences of power. So, basically, ang pag-uusapan natin is all about power. Yan. Palagi nating naririnig yan mula nung bata pa tayo, di ba? But in the context of politics and governance, I could say that power is one of the most important concept, di ba? Kasi kung maalala natin during our first week when we were still defining what politics is all about, isa sa mga definition that we come up with is politics is a power. Yan. Okay, sabi nga nung ating tong pinag-aaralan nung nakaraang mga weeks pa, yung definition na politics as power is the broadest and the most radical of them all. Kasi pwede nating i-define yung politics as an art of government, as a public affair, or as a compromise or a consensus. Okay? So, politics is a power. It means to say that it is a process. But what kind of power? Okay? So, napag-usapan natin na politics is a power na legitimate. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang paggagamitan. Ibig sabihin, ito ay kinapanghahawakan ng isang taong merong karapatan. Okay? So, one of the most inevitable things in this world is what we call social conflict. So there's always conflict, di ba, in every society. Laging may pagtatalo, okay, may hindi pagkakaunawaan, ito man ay violent or hindi violent, di ba? Kasi minsan naman nagtatalo tayo sa hindi sa madugong paraan Okay, but the thing is, there is always what do we call laging may conflict. So, ayun na yung papel ng politics. Okay? So, politics is needed to resolve the conflict. Why? Because politics is a power. It has a power to resolve a conflict. Although, not absolutely, pero at least it has a power. Diba? Kasi when we say power, it is the ability to influence. Okay? Pero mamaya, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan tungkol sa power. Okay? So, binalikan ko lang talaga yung paggamit natin ng konsepto na yon when we were defining politics. Okay? So, kasi pagka sinabi nating power sa iba't ibang mga konteksto, talagang napaka-broad niya. But when we are using power in politics, it is an ability to influence others, especially if the one who is using it is legitimate. I could say legitimate. Okay. So ngayon, pag-usapan na natin ang tungkol sa power. Alright, so power, pwede natin siyang i-associate sa iba't ibang konsepto, kagaya ng coercion, authority, and influence. So why do people are associating power into coercion? Ano ba ibig sabihin ng coercion? When we say coercion, it's like you are forcing someone to do it. Okay? Kumbaga, sinunod ka nga ng tao, but in a forceful manner. Okay? So, syempre, kapag ka napapasunod mo siya, at forcefully nga, so definitely there is power. That's why coercion is associated with power. So authority, it is also associated with the concept of power. Why? Kasi napag-usapan na natin to weeks ago, di ba? Pagka sinabi natin authority, it is also a power. It's just that it is a power of someone that has the legitimacy. Okay? In other words, it's a legitimate power. Okay? Yung kapangyarihan niya, ibinigay sa kanya. Okay? Or meron siyang karapatang gamitin ang power na yon sa someone na kinasasakupan niya sa kanyang mga subordinates. For example, authority sa government, di ba? Ang mga tao sa mga demokrasyang bansa, sa mga Republican countries, di ba, ay naghahalal ng mga leaders. Okay? So, itong mga leaders na to, syempre, they are not puppets, di ba? They have the power. But the power that they have is called authority. Why? Because it's legitimate. But please do not limit the term in government only. Okay? Because we can see authority or legitimate power in any aspect of society. Just like in our family, di ba? Sino may authority sa atin? Sino yung legitimate na mag-influence sa atin or gumabay sa atin or mag-disiplina sa atin, mag-utos sa atin? Sino? Siyempre, yung parents natin, di ba? Or kung in the absence of parents, di ba? Pwedeng guardian, tita, tito, or panganay na kapatid siguro, di ba? Kung sino man ang binigyan ng karapatan, kung sino man ang naging legitimate. Alright? So, influence, ito, syempre, associated siya with power because, based on the common definition of power, it is the ability to influence other people. Okay? So, power is nothing without you influencing others. I mean, ano yan? Parang, how can we make sure that you really have a power, di ba? Unless you have acted that upon to someone. Okay, so that is why influence is associated with power. So, ang power, masasabi natin, it's either, for example, in-exercise mo siya with other people, na-influensyahan siya na gawin ang gusto mo, or yung ginagawa mo, nagagawa rin niya, or pwede rin naman na, nang dahil sa power na meron ka, napigilan siya na gawin yung dapat niyang gawin. Okay? So, makikita natin ang power sa iba't ibang pamamaraan. Alright? Basta ang mahalaga sa atin, we are not limiting the term in government only. Okay? In every social activity, may makikita tayong power. Kahit nga sa magtotrope, di ba? Meron ding power. May mga leaders dyan. So, sa economical aspect, makikita rin natin ang konsepto ng power, especially when we are talking about the management of limited resources. Kasi alam natin, nung nag-aaral tayo ng Araling Panlipunan 9, ng ating resources is suffering either from scarcity or shortage. Okay? And yet, on the other hand, ang ating pangangailangan is unlimited. Walang katapusan. Araw-araw may pangangailangan tayo. Okay? May pangangailangan tayo sa pagkain araw-araw. May pangangailangan tayo sa tubig, sa lupa, sa oras, sa iba't ibang bagay. All resources are limited. But the challenge here is, yung needs and wants natin, it's unlimited. Okay? That's why we need power. Diba? We need politics para ma-manage natin yon, para matutugunan natin ang ating pangangailangan out of limited resources.